Hello everyone, so welcome back to another video. So this is going over a little bit of indie stuff here again. As you can see, I've got my level and I like splitting it up in Blender here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around a little bit the interior that I'm working on, which is for phase 1 over here at the moment. We're getting the ground floor in, as you can see, and then we'll be slowly working our way up through the other floors. But just for the time being, what we're going to do is we're going to split this up. So we're going to go phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then the exterior. And then we've got the interior of phase 1 here. Now the neat thing is I didn't actually know you could do this. But if you hit a certain set of keys, we can then go into first person and actually move around in here and show this off and also check stuff. Scaling won't be correct because of it being in Blender at the moment. Blender's first person seems to be a little bit weird. But yeah, we've got tab and now we're in first person so we can have a look around. I've been trying to get all these details correct. So, this is the front lobby, the front security lobby. These two boxes that are over here signify a couple of security doors that I need to still box out. This is all like basic boxing for the moment. And this is all split up into individual parts as well to try and keep the polygon count down. Over here is where we have the lobby window, and then when we come through here, this is the security office. Inside here we've got what's going to be like a small security desk over here, and then over here we've got, or what will be, enough room for a desk and some extra sets of drawers that you can find keys in. And then around here is the front security desk, where we're going to have a very long desk with a bunch of screens on here, which is really neat. Then as we go into here, outside of the security room, we've got the kitchen in here for making meals and stuff. And then we come around here, and this is another exit that gets back to the main lobby area. Down here goes to the management office, but we'll go back into the main area first. So in the lobby, we've got the main hallway for phase 1, which goes all the way down to the end of the building, which then will take us into phase 2. Inside here we've got one of the storage rooms, and this here is, I'm still blocking it out, but it's a stairwell that will lead upstairs and also is like a fire escape. So inside the storage room here we've got a bunch of supports holding up the ceiling. We've also got an entrance to one of the computer rooms that's on raised flooring. And then around here we've got sort of this interior alcove here, which is used to keep some small bits of like tools and things. And over here we're going to have some racks that contain some other bits and bobs on them. Over there in the corner there's going to be another door put in for small storage, I think it is, or it got blocked up in the actual real life content that I'm sourcing this from. So I've got to figure out how far the fire escape will come out so I can implement that properly. Over here we've got another smaller room that branches out to the outside. Of course I've not done the outside yet, or rather I've not done the floor, so we're not going to be able to walk through there. But going down here, we press shift to speed up a bit. We've got the main lobby again. We're going to go through here. In here this is a small storeroom with like a computer in it and a set of filing cabinets across the side there. This is the management office. This has rows upon rows of computers in it and has a set of filing cabinets and a load of smaller sort of waist height style storage going across this wall. And then this is like a extra security door. We've got some double doors here which I've got to put in. Also through here is going to be, I'm blocking out the lift shaft area, the lift shaft being roughly about here. Over here is the actual stairs that I'm going to be blocking out at some point. They go up there through the building. Outside here we've got this little entrance that will lead into the courtyard, and that will be able to be the main access way to get in and out of the building around here. And then if we go through here, there's some double doors, another set of double doors, and then on the left here we've got a small storage room, And on the right, we've got a kind of an office area with some windows looking into the computer room here. And then if we keep going down here, this room, I think it might be blocked off by a door at the moment. Let's find out. Yep, it's blocked. All right. So let's go back up here. The only problem with navigating in first-person mode is when you're not used to it. I've only just started doing it, so it's a little bit awkward for me. I'll just hit escape for a moment so I can get out of it. Oh, that moment where I'm actively trying to find where everything is on my map. Okay, so I was round here where the small storage room was, but it looks like one of my doors is in the way. Let's just hit the door out. See if that door's in the way there. No, it isn't. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put phase 3, phase 2, and the exterior here so that we can see this on ground floor level. And we'll also go back in, so we'll do shift, tilde, and we'll go back in here. I just realized this is all going to be in wireframes. Crap. That moment where you just realize what's going on and then have to sort this out. Let's do first person here. Okay. So, we'll go back to where we were in a moment. I just don't want to fall through the collision again. So here is what you will be seeing eventually, or part of it. This is the exterior with the one of the side gates here, and then we might be able. Oh, I was gonna say we might be able to see it from here, but further down there is actually a giant lift shaft. There it is. The way that this is set up at the moment is that all the blue surfaces are facing, I think, outwards, so that you can actually see them, and the red are facing inwards. So that's why it looks a little bit weird. Otherwise, it'd just have no textures on it. It's also why all the other surfaces look messed up at the moment. Here we've got bits of phase 3 in the outside area, which looks pretty big here at the moment, but it'll probably look better with the first-person mode in Unreal. I'm still blocking out some of the doorways and things for phase 3 there. There's the branching walkway that goes over to phase 2. Speaking of phase 2, there's the security room for it. There's also just a placeholder for a door sat there as well. Oop. So keep it on going down here. We've got another smaller room. It's another office that's going to have a desk here and a TV on the wall. Oop. Keep forgetting V is jump. Normally I'd use V in game for like run and stuff. Here we got an entrance to the toilets. So coming in here, this is the gents. This is a little bit bigger. It's got enough room for lots of toilets and a shower in the corner. And then on this wall in particular, it's got a giant mirror and a hand wash section. It's hard to see because of the lighting, so I'm trying to point it at the floor where you can actually see the edges. And then in the corner there, that's where there's like a urinal. And then the women's is more or less the same. The only difference is you don't have much space on this wall. Instead, there's just going to be stalls there. And then down at the bottom here, this is going to be where the entrance to the phase 2 lobby is. And at the same time, we've got the last storage room here, which is going to be split in half by a partitioned wall. And then you go in here and there's going to be another door into the next section, well, phase 2, just roughly about here. So far, ground floor's not going too bad. It's going to be a lot neater, obviously, when it's got textures on it and looks a lot better. And I'll be able to show that off in first person again. Obviously, like I said, I've got to keep on going over stuff and making sure I get the scaling right. But this is all I got so far. And it's looking pretty good for the interior. at least based on everything else that's going on at the moment. And then of course when we go back here, we got the exterior that goes up around it. Now what I'm going to have to do is line up the windows with the interior so they match. That's going to be a pain in itself. I'll get to that when the time comes. Here we can see phase 2's underway here. I've been working on it heavily. We've got the phase 2 office over here, the security office, which is pretty neat, and that just goes on the back of phase 1 here. This is something that I was working on recently, which was the lift shaft for phase 2 that goes all the way up to the top floor. This was a really stupid addition to the actual physical building, in which they decided that there's an access road that runs all the way down the side of the building here, but because it was more convenient to have stuff be shipped up and down, that they would just build a lift in afterwards, so they've blocked off the access road that goes all the way down to the lift shaft. Just genius. We've also got this structure overhead because it used to house a bunch of giant servers. The structure overhead and to the side of the building helps support the floor that the servers had, or that the servers were put on. And then at the back here we've got a storage house which still needs the doors put on it, and we've got another walkway that's metallic that leads over to phase 4 here, which I still need to do all the punching of holes through the mesh here to be able to make sure that these are properly connected. And then I'm just blocking out other areas now. So we've got the other tool shed sort of thing going on here. It's actually a storage for mail. Phase 3 used to be a mail center, so this is all for storing mail and other things for moving around mail. And then just here is the last area that I need to finish on phase 3, which is a fire exit along here and a small one here, and then the actual loading dock for the mail sorting area. So that's going to be cool to get that finished. Over here we got the connecting bridge that goes to phase 4, and in between that we got this like little fire escape place that has I think it's toilets on this side, and then a small access way to get to the roof there, and then has a single set of stairs that runs down the outside of the building here, which is actually all see-through. And then when you come out here, there's a set of double doors that lead you outside, and that's the fire escape for that. A little bit fancy, but I'm enjoying doing this so far. And then we've got the fire escapes on this side for phase 4, which are these big towers that contain the fire escape, and need to attach them to the actual building. And then, as you can see down here, I've got like doors blocked out that I can then put on or into the buildings. I've got another one of these to create over here, and then at the back we've got to do the generator houses that will go in here. And I've got everything else. I've got the giant vents and fuel tanks and everything else, so that's going to be good to get all of this in here, and then we're done. As long as we can get the interior done in a very similar fashion, then we're all going to be fine and dandy. I just need to make sure the scale is correct. The roof here hasn't been properly finished. A lot of stuff is going on at the same time. I'll work on like different bits depending on what I fancy, because some bits are harder to flesh out than others, depending on the reference material that I'm looking at the time. I've still got to do the small undercraft that's going through geometry. I'm going to do the small undercraft that's here on phase 2 that is notorious for having pigeons under it, but it also has a small storage room here. I need to do that, detail all that out, and then add doors for fire escapes. They're going to be double doors in the side here, and then at the back there's another set of double doors that lead all the way through. And that's when we'll start fleshing out the interior for phase 2, because that one is the one that I have the least reference on. But I do remember the layout, and the reference that I do have is all in pitch black, so that's great. But the for most part, I have reference material that covers the floor layouts of all the buildings, except phase 3 here, of which I think I end up having to go to somebody to actually ask about that. So phase 3 is going to be a little bit crazy and sketchy when it comes to getting all the details correct. But yeah, a very big area, as you can see, to move around in, and a very complicated one based on just the ground floor planning of phase 1, with phase 1 being primarily an office with some generators on the side of it and access to underground generators, which I'm going to put in. Phase 3 being the sort of a mixture of a little bit of makeshift offices, a mailing center, and a data center. Phase 2 being more of a engineering section on the basement level, or the ground floor, and then on the upper floors you've got more sort of offices and another set of server rooms. And then phase 4 being the newest of all of them, so it's got its own power plant on the back, and then it's got in the upstairs here it's a giant server room, and then in the downstairs it's another set of generators. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick walk around, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!